going on, folks? Nothing better to do. I'm Blockzilla. I guess this is the no judgment zone still. Maybe, kinda, sorta. I have an amazing person with me, Claudia Jordan, sitting next to me.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm happy to be
You've been
here.
doing this all day. You're on a press tour.
I am, and I went out last night too. So.
I know. So you turned up with Nene.
Yeah, and they stole my coat.
Nene stole your coat?
No, but someone at the club stole my coat. I had a nice new coat, like first time wearing it.
And they took it. It's those ratchets steal shit.
Ratchets.
My friend said she got drugged at the VIP room last night.
Really?
Yeah, said someone slipped a Mickey. Said her friend had to rush her home because she didn't know where she was at.
Well, good thing she caught it before it kicked in, really.
Yeah,
Because that sucks when it
horrible.
kicks in.
What's the craziest thing you've seen at a club?
I saw a guy beat up a pregnant woman, and no one did anything.
Isn't that horrible?
It was in LA, and I guess she was pregnant by his boy, and he got mad about something. I don't know. And I was like, no one's gonna help this chick? Yeah, that was pretty.
It's like the last episode of Seinfeld where they see the guy getting robbed and they do nothing but just laugh at him.
I just miss the good old days where people would kind of stand up for what's right.
But I think we can blame Left Eye and Andre Rison.
Is that?
I heard they were in a fight and then they were fighting each other and someone tried to jump in and then they jumped the guy.
Oh.
You never heard that story?
No.
Oh, I've heard it before. Maybe I'm making it up.
But a pregnant girl in the club.
That's horrible.
What was an event? It was like an event. It wasn't even like a ratchet place.
I saw a boxer, whose name will remain nameless, who was dating a girl who now dates a rapper. And he ran up with his entourage and just stalked her. She ran in the bathroom. He was like, you can't talk to me, you can't give me a kiss. And tried to kiss him. She mushed him and ran from him.
I think I know who that is.
That's exactly who it was.
I think that's the same person who I saw in a club who had his hand up a girl's skirt and had her up against the wall and her feet off the ground. And he tried to throw my friend in the limo. We'll talk.
Yeah, we will talk. Anyway, though, Real Housewives of Atlanta, you are collecting names at the door. You read the hell out of, who was that, Nene?
Yes.
You read her rights.
Well, I feel like, I was thinking before I got there, oh my God, she's intimidating, you know what I mean? She's big and she's loud and she's been around the longest, she's burly. And, I thought it'd be kind of a scary thing. But then when I saw her, she has insecurities like everybody else. And I had no intentions of starting with anyone. But, when you are mean for no reason, I got to get you.
Yeah, you handle
I'm all
it.
about justice. I'm not gonna just, for no reason, just
Some of those girls on that show are kind of bullies.
Yes,
yeah.
They are, and it's it's not necessary. I understand the stakes are higher because it's a big show and a lot of people watch it. So you want to have your moment, but you can have your moment being funny in other ways.
I just feel like if I had decent money, I have decent money, and I'm not catty. Why be catty if you guys are okay?
Listen, I'm cool with hanging out. We can do all kinds of fun stuff. I think if you're clever, you'll be funny and entertaining that way. You don't have to go to, just trying to be mean all the time.
Yeah. You're doing stand-up now. Is that right?
I've done it. I bombed last night on the show, but I do have redemption on the show. I go back and try it one more time. So I'm going to need you to watch the final episode.
Watch the final episode, you guys. I'm gonna be tuned in. No, I love comedy. I started doing comedy myself.
Really?
Something that was interesting. Why'd you decide to start doing comedy after being a personality for so long?
When I was on the Foxhole, a lot of our fans would say, you should just try it and just see. And I'm all about doing things that kind of make me feel uncomfortable. I took this class and it really changed my life. It was it encouraged you to do something every day that took you out of your comfort zone, because everything you have is because the result of doing what's in your comfort zone. So things you want that you haven't gotten yet, you have to go a little bit outside the bubble. And I'm like, why not? When people, especially now with social media, if you bomb, people already have their cameras out and they're ready to put you on Instagram and clown the hell out of you. And then it just goes viral, and the next day it's on radio stations that, it just spreads so fast.
Do you consciously think of that, people are trying to film me wherever I go?
No, but I do see, I do catch, one time I was falling asleep on a plane, and I was just getting to sleep and I heard a little camera go off. The girl next to me took the picture I was sleeping.
That's horrible.
I was you raggedy bitch.
I'm trying to put me on media takeout, you
Right.
hoe. Speaking of hoes, you defended Amber Rose, right?
Yeah.
Amber Rose has been on this big slut-shaming campaign, and I feel like people should stop doing that to women, because I was watching I've been a fan of yours for a long time, I've been following you for a long time, and I remember you were on Dr. Drew and you were talking about sex numbers, and men could do a bunch of stuff. As a man, I could have sex with 5,000 women. I mean, I'm not even a rapper, and I'm close to that. But no, we can have sex with as many women as we want, and it's we don't get that stigma. But if a woman has sex with 5 dudes that people know of, then she's automatically a hoe.
Right.
Or she posts the pictures of you on the beach with what's her name, Aisha?
Oh, that's my girl.
Can you call her?
She has a perfect body.
She amazing, phenomenal. But you get slut shamed for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why is that the case?
I think men, it's a lot of, men like to have their cake and eat it too. Like, you want to be able to run through those 5,000 women, but then you don't want those women to have numbers. It doesn't make sense. So how are you able to get those 5,000 women if they're not giving it up? Like, think about it.
Right.
And like, why I feel like my mom's from Italy, and like they're a lot less uptight about sex in Europe. And I wish we would adopt some of that here, because I feel like Americans are the biggest freaks. Like, outside of Europeans look at America like, oh, you want to get a wild girl, get an American chick. But yeah, we're the ones that try to front so much, like, oh, I don't do that and I don't do this, because we feel like sex is a bad thing here, and it's not. Sex is a beautiful thing.
It's
I mean, you shouldn't give it away to everybody, but like, we all love it. What's wrong with that? And it does suck if a girl has been with a couple of guys that you may know of, she's a slut.
Yeah.
But like, some unknown chick can just be getting run amok, just ran through, just getting the brakes beaten off, and nobody knows and nobody cares. How many people do we know of that Amber's been with? That we know of?
3.
Okay.
Maybe 4.
So what's Amber, late 20s, early 30s?
She's in the early 30s.
Okay, so slut? I think not.
I mean, look, how long have we known Amber? 5 years, right? And she's been with 4 dudes, maybe 5. That's not bad.
There's guys that do that on a weekend.
On a weekend, on a day, a weekend.
Yeah, so it's just like, they need to stop with that. And it's like, she's a target, because, she's sexy, she's curvy, she's hot. And people love to attack women like that.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta find something wrong with her. We gotta, like, bring her down a notch.
Yeah, there's a blogger, I think her name is Sandra, I'm not even gonna say her name. There's a blogger who put a list up of you. Like, these are all the people that you have had sex with.
Right.
And it went crazy. Like, everyone was like, oh my God, she's such a hoe, she's such a hoe, she's such a hoe. So I'm like, okay, let me Google this list. I look on the list, and there's about 15 people.
28 people.
28 people. And I'm like, that's a great number. If my wife had 28 people, I'll be okay.
First of all, there's a few people on there that I have dated, one I was married to, one that proposed to me, and it's like, then they just have all these, like, about 23 random filler dudes. And it's like, ridiculous. Like, if people would just take the time and think about it, I am a very visible person. I put everything on social media. Don't you think you would have seen some of these pictures on my and I get photographed a lot of places I go. Can you give me one receipt? Okay, and then they put me with people that don't even exist, okay? One of them is a guy named Sean Billups, okay? And they said, Sean Billups, NFL. There was never a Sean Billups in the NFL. But people won't check that out. So if you look at that list and you say, okay, that name's fake, maybe the rest of them, they said I was with Diddy. And then Diddy's 18-year-old adopted son at the time, Quincy. They said I was with Kevin Hart, Tyrese. Like, they just got me with like 2/3 of TGT.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's ridiculous, like, and it really hurt me because some of the people on there are married and are friends of mine that they put me with, like, Michael Jai White was married at the time, and Boris Kodjoe, and it's not true. And it's like, I had Michael Jai White on my radio show, and he, he shut it down, like, no, absolutely not. She's like big sis, well, not big sis, young sis to me. And, but no one runs with that when you clear it up.
Yeah, no.
I posted a picture, I went over to their house, took a picture of me, him, and his wife together, timestamp, tweeted that. It gets no run.
When you date high-profile guys, athletes, artists, entertainers, is cheating expected? Because I feel like a lot of times, some women are like, you know what? He's gonna do what he's gonna do. I understand that. As long as he doesn't bring anything home and respect me. Is that sort of like the underlining thing when it comes to these girls who only date these type of guys?
I think for them, for a lot of them, maybe it is, but for me it's not, and that's why I think mine have not worked out. Because I still hold, my high profile, my athlete guy to the same standards I would my banker boyfriend and when I was living back on the East Coast, in Rhode Island. And I just feel like I'm high profile and I could have my pick of the litter if I wanted to, but if I'm respecting you enough to like not let any other guys run around and make you look like a sucker, like, oh, I'm hitting this girl, you should do the same thing by me. Like, don't have me out here with these women talking reckless to me, and like, again, social media, they can get at me if they want to and be like, yeah, I'm smashing your dude, or whatever.
They do that now.
Yeah, and like, well, the girls
that
that
phones.
The people that are like side chicks are very like proud of their position these days, and it's like, maybe call me idealistic or old-fashioned, but I just expect the same loyalty in return. I just can't really stand for that. I've never been a girl that could like compete with, if there's other women kind of competing for your affections, whatever, she can go ahead and have you.
I just want your opinion on the whole Tyga and Kylie thing.
Oh, I think Kylie, if she's worth waiting for, like, wait till she's legal so you can get like less people kind of chiming in on your relationship. People are so critical. And it's just probably better, to just wait until she's of age, because he has a lot of club appearances and like things that she really can't get into, and I'm sure she would like to be there to support her man.
I'm pretty sure she can get in anywhere she wants to get in.
But she's not supposed to, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I understand why people are criticizing it, and plus like there's like a close relationship with Kardashians and Black China, and just, you know, it's kind of messy.
Kim's sister, so allegedly, Trina used to date, French Montana, who was friends with, Trina was friends with Kim.
Yeah.
Black China and Kylie.
Yeah. Like,
they all stole people's boyfriends.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And y'all keep lining up.
You had a fight at a Drake party.
Oh, you knew about that?
I know about everything. You had a fight at a Drake party.
I have the most random life. So I was married, briefly. And the reason why I got an annulment was because he still had a girlfriend the entire time in Chicago.
Drake?
No.
Oh.
The guy. Who will remain nameless because he bitches out every time I bring his name up, and are you trying to get a storyline off me? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm the one who filed. Anyways, long story short, she always had a lot of hostility towards me because she was with him for like 15 years. He never married her, and he married me like after a couple of months. Like crazy, like fell for me real fast. So I'm at the Drake party having fun, and I see her mean mugging me and like walking back and forth. And when I went to go say goodbye to the promoter, I hugged him. She came and like hit me with something in the head. So it wasn't a fight. I refused to fight, especially in public. If we went back alley, my mom would have got with her. But I'm an adult. Like, I'd rather just, you know what, I'll leave. And she got snatched out. They dragged her out. And she was arrested. And she was on her way to like a job interview at OWN. And she got arrested.
So what's next for you?
Working on, I just did a movie. I worked on it on Friday called The Hills. It's a lead role. Omar Gooding is in it, Clifton Powell,
She put the real good in there. She like,
no, stop. I like Omar. Like he's
too.
good at like playing like he played a good like criminal, like a good hood role. Like,
but it's crazy because you know where he got to start at, right?
No.
On Nickelodeon on Wild and Crazy Kids.
Really? Omar
Omar Gooding was on Wild and Crazy Kids.
He's got a great personality.
I'm old.
Remember Cinder Williams from Mo Better Blues?
No, I don't remember that one.
Really? Mo Better Blues?
I remember
Denzel Washington, the light-skinned girl.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She still looks amazing, and she's like a good actress. Like, it's a good cast and it's fun.
Cool.
I had a love scene.
Really?
A couple.
How did that go? Did we get to see you naked?
Not naked. I had some sexual lingerie, but nice little booty shot.
Have we ever seen you naked?
No.
That's amazing.
Well, an ex did put a picture out of me like face down naked, like he was a little scumbag move.
What was like before the internet? Like,
no, it happened like a few months ago.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Go Google. That's our show, folks. Join us next week when we hunt down rabbits with a BB gun, shoot them in their ear, pierce it, and then tag them and say, blouses, bitches.
Aisha really likes animals. She's not gonna go for that. Hey, it's your girl Claudia Jordan, and you are watching Global Grind TV.
You're like, this nigga, that is not.
This nigga can't even talk like that. How the fuck you say exceptional shit?
Perfect. The look on her face when you surprise her with.
All right.